My phone is dead. Phone is dead. You messed it up. He was trying to harmonize with you over there.
I know.
What are you doing?
You need the charger?
No, I got it.
We on live right now.
No, we not.
Live.
Oh, we on live? I guess we is, though. Shout out to everybody coming through here on TikTok. Let me turn this. I had the echo on. Let me get back. Go ahead. Yo, singing on it.
Yo.
Just waiting for my phone to load up. It's dead.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday.
Hey.
TikTok.
Hey.
Everybody.
Sunday. Happy Sunday. Sunday. Fun day. Sunday. Hey.
Not looking forward to Monday.
Hey.
No, I'm not.
Hey.
Y'all stupid. Y'all already talk.
I'm about to go live on this podcast. I'm about to go live on this podcast.
Yeah.
To go live on this podcast. About to go live on this podcast. What up, everybody? We just messing around.
Kingdom Cup in the building. What's up, cuzzo?
Yeah,
fam.
Yeah, messing around.
Yeah.
Going down on the dial Sunday. What up?
Everybody can let us know if y'all hear us okay in the
Hey,
comments,
Cup,
please.
yeah, let us know if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Let me turn this down right here.
Greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to it now. We getting to it.
Hey, what's good? Shout out to everybody coming through here.
What's happening, everybody? Appreciate y'all stopping in.
You can hear us, Cup? Good.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
You run it back?
Run it back.
Live on this podcast.
Pause. We gotta have the reverb in it. We gotta put the reverb in it. Gotta have the reverb when you sing it. Go.
Hold up, turn it down. About to go live on this podcast. Oh, I'm about to go live on this podcast. Oh, I'm about to go live on this podcast. Oh, I'm about to go live on this podcast.
Thank y'all for tuning in, y'all.
We playing around. Don't mind us.
Indeed.
We're just waiting for everybody to come up on this thing.
It's a beautiful Sunday, though.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Sun is shining.
Full of booty.
Sun is shining. Solo, you crazy for that
We
one.
went there
I know.
already.
Oh yeah.
You said beautiful. I mean,
You know
beautiful.
that felt
full of
good
booty.
too, fellas. That felt good right there.
Yeah.
Nice little
We haven't done
comment
that in a
right
long time. We were a little raspy eating. We over here eating Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, no, sorry, Krispy Kreme and Doritos and drinking. We can't say the name because we don't want to be Brandon.
Nah, but it's Sunday, man. I'm glad to be back with you fellas again for another episode.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate everybody coming in, checking out the live. We're gonna get into some topics today.
Oh yeah.
But at first, how about we start with that introduction?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
This your boy Jody. Jody, the one and only.
All right, Jody.
Yeah, bro's over here on your right, you know what I'm saying? Holding it down.
Oh yeah.
Solo swing. You already know what it is.
Indeed, and I'm the infamous B Glenn, aka B Glizzy.
Be glitchy.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Like them
Sure.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
So, fellas, quick thing, man. How was y'all weekend, man? How was the weekend?
It was good, man. I mean, I had some stuff, personal stuff in my vehicle, my wife's vehicle. Ended up figuring it out though, man. You know how the auto industry is still kind of messed up, and it was fuel pump went bad on it, and it joined on back order for like weeks, if not months.
Was it a truck?
Yeah, the SUV, the Pilot Black Edition joint. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you had to announce
flex,
that part, right?
No flex, no. Nah, but I ended up finding one down in Mechanicsville, past like Fredericksburg or outside of Richmond, and I drove down there to get the joint. So hopefully they fix that joint on Tuesday, but we'll see.
What you had wrong? Something's wrong with the whip?
Fuel pump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Dang, you should have said something. My son worked at the Honda Fredericksburg, man.
Yeah, the problem was they ain't had nobody had the part.
Got you.
So I called like 9 Honda dealerships and found it down in Richmond.
Oh, okay.
I drove down to get it, so I had to wait months.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's what's up.
I'm still driving my Pinto. So don't mind me,
Yeah, that's what's up.
Takes
man.
diesel gas.
But how was the weekend, Solo? What was up with it?
What did we do? What did I do? Oh, cut grass. Fed my dogs, as I always do. My life is boring, y'all. I normally go live, and that's about it. And I go to bed. Go to work and go to bed.
No
But
doubt.
let's not get it twisted. How many acres that you was cutting? Tell them how much the acreage you was cutting.
5.5.
Good God.
Whole
5.5
bunch.
acres.
Whole that's a whole day right
You
there.
lost
bro.
about
Pretty much.
5 pounds. Off that thing, didn't
I actually gained it right now with them glizzy donuts. Them Krispy Kreme.
That's what's up.
Those
That
were
was
good.
up. That was up. B, what was up with you?
Man, I ain't do too much, bro. I just kind of chill with the wifey, and just did some things around the house. You know what I'm saying? Domesticated type stuff. Washing clothes and helping out. Watch a little movie. I checked out that movie Nope, man. I don't know if y'all seen it.
I'm about to watch it tonight, bro.
I kind of fell asleep on it a little bit though, but it was good. But the wife was mad. But my bad, boo. Love you. We'll watch it again another time.
No.
That's the Key and Peele joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's John. What's her girl name in it? Kiki. What's her name?
Yeah, Palmer. Is it Kiki Palmer?
Yeah,
or whatever?
yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, man. Nah, I watched that Top Gun joint, that new Tom Cruise joint.
Oh yeah. Fire.
Yeah, that joint fire.
Okay. What was on?
I mean, it's
Netflix?
at the movies.
Oh, was that the movie?
Yeah, I saw it at home, but I ain't gonna tell you.
I mean, it's a movie.
I ain't gonna say how
That
I
joke
saw
was
that.
funny. I didn't expect that response. I'm over here trying to. I mean,
That's
playing
what's
it.
up. That's what's up. I ain't do too much, man. I went to go see, spent the weekend away with my baby, and go see Arnez J. Friday.
Oh,
That was
hilarious.
Yeah, it was good, man.
He's the clown.
Oh yeah, it was good, man. He had called me out on something. We gonna get on that topic later, but it wasn't too much.
Okay, sweet,
But,
sweet. Shoot, so I mean, hey, bros, go ahead and do the rundown. As far as what we gonna be discussing.
Oh yeah, let's get into the topics.
What do we
today.
talk? What do we talk about normally when we get on here? So people who haven't been in the building are in the building today.
Yeah. So of course we always got the hot topic of relationships, but we gonna kind of mix that in the middle towards the end today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got some other things we trying to give to everybody, trying to make sure that we catering to everybody that's listening to the channel. So we're gonna go over sports. Today I'm gonna touch on some combat sports, UFC and boxing. Then we got some news topics that we want to drop on y'all, just in case y'all haven't heard or want to talk about it. Jump in the live, give your opinion on it. So that, and again, of course, relationships, and we always gonna talk about music too. So
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
So feel free if you want to, say something in the comments. We'll definitely, respond. So,
yeah, man. And pop up in the live, man. We definitely want to hear from the ladies, especially for any of the topics, but especially on the relationships and everything. So yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah. So what we got up first? What's up first?
So the first thing that we have for today is combat sports. I wanted to go on a little bit. We're gonna let Bros take the lead on that thing, and let us know about these combat sports. What we hitting on.
All right. So this past the weekend before this one, right? We had a huge UFC event going on with in the bantamweight division. Jose Aldo lost his fight coming in there, and then we had a nice middleweight co-main event, Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. If y'all didn't see that one, it was a dope co-main event. Luke Rockhold's been in UFC for a long time. He's a veteran. Paulo Costa's fairly new. He's a youngin', but he's a pretty good striker. And but Luke Rockhold, man, he went in there. He showed a lot of heart, and he just did some stuff that a lot of people never seen before. He knew he was losing the fight towards the end. They was fighting the event was being held up in Utah. I don't know if how many people follow combat sports and fighting in the different locations and the climates, but in Utah there's a issue with some fighters and the altitude up there, right?
Absolutely.
So when they fight, you gotta train longer.
Had that win. Yeah.
So that hit Luke a little bit more so because he got his nose busted kind of early on, so he was
fighting blood
leaking.
and everything.
Yeah, so he couldn't really breathe the way that he wanted to. But at the end of the fight, ended up rubbing all his nose blood all over the dude's face. It was funny. You should go look that joke up, bro. But yeah, then we had the main event, welterweight champion Kamaru Usman taking on Leon Edwards. The records prior were Kamaru had 20 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws. Leon Edwards was at 20 wins, 20 wins, 19 wins, 3 losses, and 0 draws. It was a good fight. Leon was going through some things, looked like he couldn't shake some stuff going through the rounds. He had a really good first round, but then Kamaru, just took over, did what he needed to do from rounds 2 through 5 almost.
Yeah, he was actually winning the fight. He was actually winning.
Yeah. So he was winning that joint.
Yeah.
Then the last minute, Leon pulled it out, man.
It was one
head
of the
kick.
kicks.
Yeah, he threw that
But
cross.
What's so funny is the fact that it seemed like Kamaru was like a little bit like tired, like from and when he leaned over, the kick just hit him at the right time. Like it's almost like Leon swung it at the right time and connect.
Yeah, he
and
did.
It was over. Yeah.
He was, that's the other interesting thing too. Is just like how these fighters, they kind of they digest what their opponent's doing round by round when they throw certain punches and kicks and stuff like that. So he caught him with that because when he threw the left, he dropped his right hand, and then it was open. And that's when he threw the kick. So, but yeah.
But they say all you need is that one shot.
Yeah, man.
That one shot,
and that's
killer shot.
It erased
everything,
all the previous rounds.
Because Kamaru was killing them. I think one of the I looked at a couple brief of the segments, and Kamaru had him on the ropes a couple times. I mean, could have been out any time. But that's like it is. That's how fighting is, man. That one hit just took him down. That was it.
Yeah,
that was it, man. And I think it shocked everybody. It was like, wow, what? You know, what I mean?
Nobody was expecting. They was expecting Kamaru to just pull it out, right? Nobody expected, and that's what made it great.
Because he was dominating. He really was dominating the fight. So
and he was 1 win. Kamaru was 1 win away from tying the longest record from Anderson Silva of the streak of wins. He was on his way to 15 straight wins. But then Leon Edwards, with his win, he became the first Jamaican UFC title holder ever in history. So
that's big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's big. Good stuff.
Jumping over just 2 last topics on sports. Jumping over to the boxing world. Got my man Deontay Wilder getting back in the ring.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
To face who?
He's facing Hellenius. What's his name? Hellenius. He used to spar. He sparred with him a few times. I can't remember his last name, but let's see. Yeah, his last name is Hellenius. But he's a pretty good Robert Hellenius. He's a pretty good boxer. And I think they're fighting in October.
Okay.
And then the one that everybody waiting to finalize is the Errol Spence versus Jamal Crawford joint. Yeah, we're waiting on that one. They need to finish that one, but we'll come back and touch on that. We can go ahead move on to the next joint.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to move on to the next topic. Like I said, feel free if y'all got something y'all want to say in the comments, you know what I'm saying? we'll definitely respond back. The next topic we're gonna go into, fellas, is this is called sorry, I had it all queued up and there it is. Oh shoot. So the jury awards $16 million in damages to Vanessa Bryant. This is by the CBS Philly. A federal jury Wednesday ordered Los Angeles County to pay $31 million in damages over the actions of first responders who snapped and shared gruesome photos from the scene of the 2020 helicopter crash that killed Laker legend Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter and 7 other people. Rest in peace, Kobe. His birthday just passed.
Wow.
Rest in peace, everyone involved in that crash. The damages were awarded to Bryant's widow, Vanessa, and co-plaintiff Chris Chester, whose wife Sarah and 13-year-old daughter Peyton also died in the January 26, 2020 crash on a Calabasas hillside. The jury awarded Bryant $16 million and Chester $15 million. The defense argued this is a photo case with no photos, alluding to the fact that the photos that were shared no longer exist. Bryant testified that the first responders who took photos of her dead 13-year-old daughter Gianna violated her, and she was devastated to learn that such images were taken. Despite Sheriff Alex Villanueva's assurances that the scene would be secured, she said during testimony that she continues to suffer from grief and anxiety at the thought of the crash site photos surfacing someday. Jurors who began deliberations early Wednesday in downtown Los Angeles reached their verdict after roughly 4.5 hours of deliberations. This was a very emotional case. We had really wrenching testimony, and we won't know until a juror tells us how much that plays into the reward and the amount of the reward. Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson told CBS. Levinson added that due to the quick 4.5-hour deliberation, the trial was not a close call. The jury's verdict came one day after what would have been Kobe Bryant's 44th birthday, and it happened on Mamba Day, 8/24, y'all, in Los Angeles, which celebrates the life each year on August 24th, or 8/24, the 2 numbers he wore during the 20-year career with the Lakers. So what do you guys, I mean, I'm not going to read the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people know the gist of it, you know, that there was some first responders that had snapped some shots and kind of showed, you know, the remains of the deceased. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
You want to go first, then? You want me to go?
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay. I mean, my thing is I think they should have got worse than, and I don't know if they did, if there was some kind of reprimand for those first responders, but they definitely should have got something more than just a fine, right? Because number one, you're there to be a first responder, and I understand that when you arrive, that you know that there's nothing else that you can do, right? Because of the accident. However, it's not your place you're first responder. You're not paparazzi. You're not, right? So why are you taking pictures? Yeah. Why are you taking pictures of a dead body of all things? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they definitely should have got it more than just a huge fine. But yeah.
All right, so I got a different outlook and perspective on this.
Let's go.
Y'all know I look at things in different lights and different perspectives. All right. So, how much do a first responder get paid? I mean, that's a question.
I don't
how much
know.
do a first? Yeah, just throw it out there. All right. So, by them arriving on a scene, knowing who it is and what it is, and they take pictures. Guess what the news media that covers all the stories, what they're going to do to them pictures, how much they're going to offer.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, with that being said, if I get on that scene and they take a picture and a news media come to me and say, "Hey, we give you $300,000-$400,000 for that picture," what would you do?
I wouldn't have a picture to begin with.
I mean, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I hear what y'all saying. But that's Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different, and you know what type of environment Los Angeles.
TMZ.
The media. TMZ will offer them crazy money, just first on the scene, first this, first that. So I hear and you're right. No, I'm looking at a different perspective. Now I know it was wrong. I'm not agreeing with what they're doing. I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from a paparazzi, and they do it all the time. I mean, these people do it all the time. This happens every day. You could be out, a celebrity could be out eating dinner, and somebody pop up and take a picture, and they try to sell it to somebody for money. They do this all the time. So as a first responder, what will be different in California? What will be any different? Even though we know they're supposed to be professional, I'm not agreeing with it. Yeah. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. Even though they're supposed to be professional and they're supposed to be doing their job, they take a picture and they like, wow, I get paid how much? It's almost like, okay, I give you a prime example. It's almost like we got Border Patrol that only get paid $50,000 a year, but I'm supposed to stop this millions from coming over this border. I mean, tell me what. I mean, tell me what. I mean,
go ahead, B.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the differences is they're first responders and not paparazzi. Yeah. So you shouldn't have had your phone out to begin with, right?
Okay.
And then the second thing is, it's like, that's the profession you chose. Yeah. Nobody told you to go be a first responder. Yeah. You know very well how much what the pay scale is before you go do that, right?
Right. And you're right.
So why benefit off of such a tragic event?
Because they saw opportunity.
Right. So then we're just talking about morals.
Yeah. They saw opportunity and they took it. But I will tell you this. You notice how we don't know who put them photos out there, right?
They never
don't know. So who you think that 16 million coming from?
It's going to have to come from the county or the
taxpayers.
Exactly.
It's coming from taxpayers
because it happened on the job.
So when people say, "Oh yeah, she should have been awarded," but that's our money that's coming from. That's not their money. Right. That's taxpayers' money.
Yeah, and that part I disagree with, and that's another reason. I mean, not knowing that, but that's also a reason why I say that. I feel like there should be some reprimand, right, for doing that, not just money, especially if they not really the ones paying for it.
Exactly. They're not really paying. That's like when anything happened with law enforcement. People was like, "Oh, they should pay this. They should pay." It's not coming from. It's coming from your money. It's coming from taxpayers' dollars. Like it don't make. Yes, that's where it's coming from.
And like bro say, like it's morals in that. You know what I'm saying? When you sign up to do that job, like. You got HIPAA, you got all these other different things that you can't disclose this type of information. So what would make you think that it would be susceptible for you to disclose pictures of, gruesome pictures of the deceased, folks that passed away in that crash? That's crazy. I mean, no matter, I don't know, but like you said, Rome, I get it. Some people are like that. They hungry. They need the money. I mean, we are almost in like a recession here in the U.S. right now. So I mean, it's people gonna do what they got to do to get that paper.
Yeah, when they just saw opportunity. I mean, if it was any regular crash, I guarantee they probably wouldn't even did it. But they saw an opportunity, and they just like, what? I'm gonna take it. We can get paid from this. Yep.
Solo, what you think about this, man? You've been kind of quiet over there today, man. We need some solo swang up in here. What's up, man? What you think?
You talking about?
Oh,
I'm over
Solo
here.
like that kid in the classroom. Teacher did a whole scenario about what happened.
Like, what are we talking about?
I'm over here.
Mr. Solo, did you hear what I said?
He working though.
It's all good. We still like so. It's all good. I mean, what we was talking about was the jury awarded $16 million to Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife, and another person from the wreckage, in the helicopter accident.
One thing I realized, I don't know if y'all said this already, but money can't replace somebody. Money ain't gonna never replace a situation. It can never take. You can give me as much money in the world. You know what I mean? We won't ever be able to hug your child or hug your loved one ever again. You know what I mean? Money. The funny thing about it is, I mean, we've never been in a position to have that much money, but we know what it feels like to have money. And we understand that money don't make us happy. Right. Money don't always make you happy. So that's to me, it's like a token. You know what I mean? Hey, here's a token. Her husband is worth way more than that. Yeah. You feel me?
I think in her defense, like, I'm not saying defense, but her issue is, I guess it's a grieving thing and she's tired of seeing it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, exactly. I don't want to keep seeing it. So I need to make this move. I need to do this to let people know. Because you know how whenever his anniversary of his death or birthday, they gonna just show all these pictures of him. She don't want to see that. Like, it's hard to see that for her. So she's like, look here, I'm gonna do this because money. I guarantee it wasn't just about the money to her. She got them. It wasn't about the money.
Yeah, but she's giving it all away.
Yeah, but it's about. Okay,
I mean, she got more than that.
I don't want. But see, this is what it's about. It's about. I want to show people that they're not going to just keep putting photos out there and keep doing this and let me keep relive this.
Say it what it is. Yeah. You're not going to disrespect my family.
Exactly. You're not going to disrespect my family. And so this is what's going to happen when you disrespect my family. This is what's going to happen.
I was going to say, in reality, too, I mean, let's just call it what it is. Her husband is probably one of the biggest icons next to Jordan, right? So you got people that got this dude tatted on him. You know, you got people that got his name on him, his number. You know what I'm saying? You got pictures, not just pictures. You got people that have drawn his face in all different states and countries. So she going to always see him for the rest of her life, which is kind of crushing because when somebody dies, you know what we do? In reality, we just take their picture and we put it to the side. And we like to keep their memory here. We don't want to always keep seeing it in the forefront.
No doubt.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a lot to take in. Like, can you imagine like you seeing your father on every freaking thing you drive by?
Keep reliving
like,
it. That's why she don't want to see it.
Like I mean, that's just a lot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then I think I don't know, man. I mean, it's good that he's being acknowledged. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But is it the extreme?
But she lost. But you got to understand that she lost her daughter as
too.
Well. So it's not just him. It's like, yo, I lost my daughter, my child. I don't want to keep reliving this. I don't want to keep seeing it.
That's torture.
So I go, it is.
It's like living
torture.
hell on earth.
Yeah, it's torture.
And that's why, man, like, you know, I think an episode ago we was talking about like the laws and how they need to like revisit this stuff, right? Like there need to be clear boundaries for everyone, including the paparazzi. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand, and Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant, they understand what comes with the territory of being famous and stuff like that, right? Because at least I never saw Kobe and his wife or kids out and Kobe's like smacking a camera or something because they taking pictures, right? But that situation is a clear boundary, right? That needs to be set. There should be repercussions for doing that kind of thing. Yeah, but
no doubt. Man, well, definitely rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and all the you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
folks that was in that that's crazy crash, man.
It's sad. It's a sad thing.
We gotta realize life is short, ladies and gentlemen.
We talk about that all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta love your loved ones while they're here. You know what I'm saying? Give them a kiss and tell them you love them because you never know when you're gonna see them again. So
I mean, but you know what? As y'all was talking, I was thinking like it's like a two-edged sword. It can be bad and it could be worse because in reality, he could not be getting exposure. He could not be getting shown love. I mean, what about some of the basketball players that did pass away and they ain't getting heard about ever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of hard. It's like, do you want him to not be remembered or do you want him to be remembered?
Yeah, but,
you know
but the
saying?
remembrance is
You
already
see what I'm
there.
saying?
You know?
I mean, it's kind of. Yeah, that's true. I like that. It's how you remember. That's true.
But you got to understand too, it's tough because that was like all of a sudden. It wasn't like he had an illness and then she lost her child. It wasn't like it was an illness. It wasn't like he was sick or anything like that. It was like boom, all of a sudden you just get a call and say your husband and your daughter is passed away. Like you just it was just hard. Like you can't fathom it. I just can't.
And he was young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of the times when we go to funerals. Right? If it's somebody older, we celebrate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We excited. We happy. Like, yo, they went to a great place. But if it's somebody younger and we know it's too soon, we be like, man, like, it'd be heartbroken. So it was one of them things where, you know what I mean? Like, when you think about, like, Aretha Franklin and certain people passing, they at a certain age where you be like, you know what? You had a nice life. You had a good life.
You know what I mean? You celebrate.
And celebrate. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, that was just too soon.
It was. Just way too soon.
No doubt. Well, fellas, moving on, changing gears. You know, we know that for the past few episodes, we've seen that we get a lot of crowd participation when it comes to relationships. So the next few articles are going to be about some relationship type things. So feel free to chime in on IG, TikTok.
Don't be scared to jump into this live either.
Indeed.
Jump in this live.
So we got M. Brown from Newsbreak Contributor. She has an article here about. It says, there are people in relationships still hanging on to their what if person. She says that this is a work of nonfiction based on actual events that she's experienced firsthand and used with permission. Many of us have heard the expression, that one that got away, which refers to a past romantic love who may have been absolutely compatible in so many ways, yet still somehow the relationship just didn't work out. It's difficult not to pine for long-lost loves who could have worked out for so many reasons, but ultimately didn't, whether it was due to life circumstances, personal choices, or other people who got in the way. Thankfully, a great majority of us usually find a way to move on in one way or another and are able to create and maintain a new romantic relationship. However, some people hang on to what I refer to as a what-if person, including people who are in a long-term relationship, in long-term relationships or married. It's someone to fall back on if things don't work out with the current partner. It's usually someone who would be willing to drop everything and jump into a relationship with the individual they're being a what-if person for. It could be someone who is friend-zoned for the moment but has the potential to be more than that if circumstances change, and who has essentially been placed into a what-if person holding pattern. Excuse me. Oh, Lord, I lost my spot. I think we're good. However, some people hang on to what I refer to as what-if person. Sorry, y'all. Lots of people don't feel comfortable putting all their relationship eggs into one basket, so to speak. Imagine if things didn't work out with a current partner for some reason. Would you immediately have another partner in mind whom you could fall back on and who would be willing to embrace you just like that? I don't have a what-if person, but other people do. It could be someone who's been pining away for quite some time. Someone who wouldn't mind being the default relationship safety net at all. When I sit quietly with myself and think about my marriage, hypothetically ending, there's not another person, including my exes, whom I could imagine myself falling back on. I'd rather be alone if my current marriage ended, quite frankly. However, there are people out there who have difficulty being alone in between relationships, and many of those people probably have a what-if person quietly stationed in their back pocket, whether they realize it or not. For those who do have one or even more than one what-if person in their mind's eye, it may not be so much as an intentional slight to their current partner as it is just a fear of ending up alone. Humans can be ridiculously complex and confusing, especially in the realm of love and relationships. As for me, as much as I've tried, I can't locate a single what-if person in my mind who would be suitable. What about you? Do you have a what-if person who you would immediately contact if your current relationship ended? Deep, fellas. Woo!
I'll jump in there first.
Woo!
No.
Woo!
I'll jump in there, not.
We'll say not.
We double dutch it in here like that?
I mean,
hey, turn that music down just a tad bit for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, if you get married, I mean, what was the point of having a what if person?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
but is the article, is it based on just marriage or just relationships
well, she
in
said
general?
she's married.
She's married. Okay.
She's married, and of course she's saying she don't have a what if person, but she threw that comment out of like, even
Right.
if you married, you might have that what if person and that person to fall back on just in case your marriage don't work. But who goes into a marriage to say, oh, well, if this don't work,
Right.
I'm going to make sure I have this back pocket, this person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Then that means you really not going to give your all, or
Yeah.
your wife or husband will be walking on eggshells to make sure they don't mess up. Because as soon as they mess up, you want a divorce and you go into the
you
what
got
if.
somebody already there.
Yeah.
You know
that
what
don't
we
even
used to
make
call
sense.
that back in the day? That's that rebound.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, it's like, how can you say you married, but yet I'm thinking about a what if?
Yeah.
And period. Even if you're not married, how can I be in a relationship and give a relationship my all if I'm thinking about a what if?
Yeah.
That means it's not fair to my partner that I am in a relationship with to be able to give her my all if I'm constantly thinking about a what if.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt.
That don't even make sense. And I might as well just be single.
Or go get with that what if.
But
So
the
you
what if
can-
is just a what if. It's
Yeah.
not a person. I mean, okay, what's your definition of a what if? Because I mean, hers is like somebody that you know will be there for you, even if you're married or whatever. You got to basically in your back pocket. As soon as you stop, they'll wait for you forever. I guess I don't know what she talking about. That's basically what she's saying.
I mean, yeah. She's saying that, what if, like, like you said, when you're in a marriage, you don't have a what if. You don't go into a relationship like, well, if this don't work out, then
Right.
Yeah.
like you telling the girl, like, look, if that don't work out, we're gonna be together. All right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you can't do that. I mean, you can do it,
Right.
and people do it. But I mean, what's there's a saying that says the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Exactly.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you could be leaving what you have at home, what is the perfect setup, because you think that this thing on the side is something great, but it really ain't.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, but it's sometimes right? It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes the grass is greener on the other
Sometimes-
side. You don't know.
Right.
What type of green we talking about?
You don't know.
Light green, dark green. What type of green we talking about? First of all.
It depends on the situation, man. But like, just like you said, like if you're in it, for my definition of a what if, right? Is it's like if you're a what if only happens having that person in the back of your mind. That only happens if the chapter was never closed.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if it was maybe done amicably, or you know what I'm saying, a slight miscommunication and it was still amicable, but if it was nah, I'm done with you, you crazy or whatever, then you don't have that what if. You know what I'm saying? Then now the flip side of that is, instead of it being a what if, it's like you with this person, but then now you eye wandering, you know what I'm saying, on whatever it is that you seeing when you go out. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I don't know.
Like you said, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say some people's grass is brown, dirty brown. Some people's grass is tall, like the last of the Mohicans' grass. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like y'all ever heard of this cheaper to keeper? Sometimes I'm just saying.
But then that's that.
Sometimes it's
then,
not the right thing.
That's
though,
not the way to look at it, because then if it's cheaper to keep it, you still thinking about that what if.
Yeah.
And the way you thinking about that what, you like, man, that what if.
But you know what's sad though?
You gonna take all my money.
It depends on who it is. It depends on who it is. It depends on who it is, because if it's
some of them comments you got.
Oh, that's just me. Type
Oh,
I was gonna say it depends on who it is. For me, it's like if she fired and like I was in love with her, I would be pissed. If she move on, I'm gonna be mad.
What are you talking about? The what if?
The what if? Yeah, like
so if you was in love with her, then why you get married?
Yeah.
To somebody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be confusion. Sometimes you think
It could be. No,
Yeah.
it could be.
The confusion-
It's not saying it. No, it could be.
And the confusion is it's cheaper to keep her.
But no. But the thing is, the problem is, it's confusing because you made it confusing.
Yeah.
You did it.
Dang.
Like, instead of you trying to focus on one, like what Bros was saying as far as the chapter being closed, instead of you focus on one, you tried to focus on multiple. So now you confused. Now you didn't gave your time to eat all these women, and now guess what? You don't even know who to be with.
My man Track said it's cheaper to keep her if he don't mind spending that money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shoot, I'm telling you right there. See,
But
the
then-
problem with a lot of people, I can tell you honestly, and this coming from experience. You can be experienced back in the day. You can give your time to multiple women. That's why the game has changed as far as I can't be all out there today in this world, because you can give your time to this woman. Now what happens is now you get confused because this woman has this that you like, this other woman has this that you like, and this woman has this that you like, but they don't all of them don't got all the standards that you like, because as men, be honest, we got standards too. We got what we want. We know what we want in a woman, right?
Right.
But then you out here just giving all your time to women. Now you confused because now you like, dang, I want this woman, but this woman don't have this what this woman got, and this woman don't have what this woman got right here.
Right.
So you can't say honestly you love any of them because you're not fairly and honestly with yourself giving your time to at least one of them to see if they are the one. So you won't have to be like, what if?
Right.
That makes
right.
sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I think
I
that's
want
a
to
lot
know
of the
how.
reason.
I want to know how did these brothers be finding the sisters that be wanting to be married to one person? Like, where do you find them at? Like, where are they at?
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how you know
Y'all
you got-
married to
No, I'm
You mean
saying
concubines?
That's in another country. That's what they call it. I don't know what they call it in America. I think they call it like
sister wives.
exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
How did they
So,
find it?
yeah, like, yeah.
I can explain that. You want me to go elaborate, or you want me to
Please,
get
somebody.
I mean, that might be going a little bit off task, but
No,
go
it's
ahead,
like
go ahead.
it's a what if.
I can. It's a what if. He's right. He's right. It's a
So
what if.
what are we talking about? Are we talking about polygamy? Is that what we talking about?
They don't call it polygamy. Yes.
Well, they call it sister wives,
They call it
because I
sister
do
wives.
watch that show with
Yeah.
my wife. If y'all want to get into that, we can talk about it, because I just
But-
seen something last week that was like, my God.
Yeah, because that's all. That's all part of the what ifs. He's right. That is a what if, because that's what if. Oh, what if I could have had sister wives. What if I could have had, because these two was accepted.
You.
You get what I'm saying? These two would have been okay with that. So what if I could have had that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you think?
You know what?
I think to each his own. That's the life you choose to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's hard enough. Not hard, but it's a lot to, satisfy one woman. And not necessarily satisfy, but just dealing with one woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
And you know what I'm saying? To have
Especially a black
two
woman.
women
Oh,
or
God.
3 women, like, I couldn't do that. I'd probably
You a lie. No,
I'm not lying.
no,
I am
I'm
with
playing.
them.
No, I'm playing.
I am with them.
I'm playing.
My previous man, look, asked me about it one time. I said, "What? 2 of you? Hell no!" Especially without black women. Heck no. 2? No. I'm not doing it. Where you been all night? I mean, what's all that?
If I had two of the same person, I'd have died in 2020. I mean, 2002.
Jesus.
It's Janty said, "What if people are honest and don't lie?"
Who say what?
I'm assuming I'm saying this right. Janty said, "What if people are honest and don't lie?" Like you're saying, what if people?
Oh, the what?
But that's
what
the
if
thing. I
people,
think a lot of people are more. I mean, because we don't know what they would expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you communicate and you tell them what's up front or what they, what you want and what it is, then, I mean, is he talking about as far as the what if part? Because, I mean,
yeah, I'm wondering if can they clarify
Yeah,
that? I mean,
like, what
is
is
it
the-
like
is
to
the
mean
what
like
if,
if
like-
the what if person is the person that's honest and don't lie versus the person that they're with that's
Yeah.
lying and not being honest or whatever?
because, I mean, the sister wife thing, I mean, that's way too much. so solo, you can say you wanted to be a sister. You wanted to have a sister.
I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, I probably lived in Africa. I probably lived in Africa. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, because I hate to say this. Nowadays, it's kind of like, I ain't gonna say the old school. I ain't gonna say like our generation and older. You can find one, and they're gonna do everything. But nowadays, you gotta find somebody that can cook. You gotta find somebody that can clean. You gotta find somebody that can do all the above. Everybody don't do that no more. Let's just keep it a buck.
That's true.
But is that,
So,
is that
you gotta-
so what are you saying that
You gotta have like 5.
that was the what if?
You gotta have like 5. One for cooking, one for cleaning, one for. I'm just saying because apparently we're not teaching our kids what we need to be doing. I'm just saying. The younger generation is like just lost it.
one to do all of
Yeah.
to cook, one to clean.
I'm just saying. Back in the day, you could have one lady that'll just do everything for you. Nowadays, if you ask a female that's in her 20s, if she does any of that, she's gonna tell you, no, I don't know who you think this is. Let's just keep it a buck. For real. Am I lying? I mean, if I'm lying, I'm lying. I'm just saying.
So to add to that, like track music saying people too busy trying to get attention from IG, and that, I mean, on top of your overall upbringing, right? That's also could play a part in why some women and or men nowadays are not doing the things that you should have in a relationship or you want out of your partner. You know what I'm saying?
So what he's saying is it's too much other distractions from doing the responsibility that you need to do in a relationship.
Yeah.
I agree with that. What y'all think? I agree with that. I think that but I will say this. That comes part of knowing who you are and yourself in your marriage, right? Or your relationship. Because if you know that is a distraction, why get on it in the first place?
Yeah.
That makes sense? Like if I know IG is a distraction, I know what it would do to my relationship.
Yeah.
Then guess what? We need to refrain from being on the platform, right? I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah,
Or,
but some of them people, they probably on IG looking for their what if.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think that.
What if she's not the one? That's what they're looking for.
We all know that these social platforms can paint a picture that is not true.
Oh, it's a smoke screen.
I say that all the time.
You see somebody on there flashing $100 bills, buying this, buying that, but they just let their homeboy let them borrow some shoes for the day, and you know what I'm saying. Their mama might have went to my mama, let me hold this something out the bank real quick.
Hey, so I have to say this because this has to be the funniest. I don't know if Track and everybody coming through here that's on voice. I don't know if they ever heard this. there was a guy on Voicey, right? He was killing the game. I mean, he was big as I don't know what on Voicey. Next thing you know, somebody caught the dude working as a janitor in the back, and he would put his broom down and go in the closet and be singing on Voicey, and he'd be like killing it. They'd be like, "There's the dude right there. He's big on Voicey," but he
really the janitor in the closet.
We got a question up there from.
Yeah. So going back up to, or is it
Miss Glenn?
Yeah, she said, if the what if person is the one that got away, would that change things?
As far as in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you in a relationship.
Dang,
and
that's a good question.
Larry?
Say it again. I was reading the comments. I was reading the comments. What did you say? I was reading the comments. My bad.
She said if the what if person, like, right, you had a what if person, if they got away, if they were the one that got away, would it change things for you currently?
Okay, so let me say this. That's a powerful thing, because I'm gonna tell you something. Who's on the live before I say this? To make sure that nobody. I heard that. Okay, so look, there's this young lady, right? I went to school with. I went to high school with. She found me on Facebook recently. When I say recently, like a couple of days ago, and she was just saying that to me, like, I hope, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, I finally found you, and I done got married, and I done had kids. She said, but I let you get away. And I said, I never knew that you felt that type of way, right? So my thing is this. Yes, it's bad, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you sometimes you wish you can just go back in time and like just start over and see what it would have been. But now you got so many variables now. You got kids involved.
Yeah.
You got, you know what I'm saying? You older now. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that you wish you could have. Because I mean, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm a visual person, so I could have seen myself having kids with somebody. You know what I mean? Now I got to come in the picture and probably play daddy to some of your kids. It's kind of hard, like, you know what I mean? So it just goes based on he over there tearing up. He over there crushing it. So my thing is this: it depends on your situation. If they're single, and if the opportunity arises, and you're single and they're single, and you feel like they the one, give it a chance if it's the right thing. But at the same time, let me ask y'all this: have y'all seen anybody on any platform, Facebook, IG, or whatever, and you guys may have had, I know y'all guys may have some wives on here, I don't know, but have you ever seen somebody who was like, dang, you know what I mean, like, I let that one go?
No.
Oh wow.
No. And not to mention, I don't have
what y'all playing,
media.
big?
No. I'm being honest. Like,
you never seen a female that you was dating and you was like, dang, I wish I had given her more of a chance, you know what I'm saying, to see where it could have went.
And this is no cap, because I mean, we all know that wifey be in the chat, but this is no cap, right? I married the one that I wanted from day one. When I got to high school, right? She was the one I wanted. We never hooked up in high school. We got together after a tragedy.
I didn't ask you.
Hold up, bro. We got together after a tragedy, and it's been that way ever since.
But Ambrose, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, have you seen somebody on Facebook that you may have dated?
But he did answer it. His wife was the
actually. So
and
in reality, in reality,
your wife was the what if.
That's the one that
she's the
really,
one that didn't.
Exactly. So you should be like, you know what? Technically,
actually, he right.
What are you saying?
Your wife was the what if.
I wasn't with nobody at the time.
No. What he's saying was, you thought about, like, when you saw her, you was like, Dad, I wanted to get with her in high school.
That's the one.
So that's the one that you wanted to be
with. That's what I'm
saying.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
You didn't let her get away, but what I'm saying is this.
You just didn't let her get away.
But what I'm saying is that everybody don't get that opportunity. Right. And what I'm saying is, you should have been like, you know what? I actually did see the one that I wanted. That I let get away in the past, and I got her back. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I see it slightly differently because I wasn't her. I wasn't in a relationship. They was
never together.
Yeah,
exactly.
I wasn't in a relationship and then saw her on Facebook and was like,
it's a different type of what if. like you was thinking that when you was in high school.
Yeah,
you was in high school, like, dang, man, I want to get with her again. When you just didn't let her get away. That's what happens. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ironic. My situation is like the same as yours, bro. I knew my wife in middle school, and it was like I used to do the Valentine's carnations and stuff back in the day you could buy at school. Well, I went and bought a little bear and everything, right? Gave it to my friend at the time, and she just kind of was like, "Oh, thank you," and that was it, right? So I didn't get no play, nothing. So fast forward to we out of high school, we run back into each other again, and you know what I'm saying? It's kind of ironic that now we married. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
There we go again. Another one that didn't get away and he found it. You two with these stories, man. I swear to God.
I mean, it's crazy. I
ain't gonna lie to you. I did see one that I dated from. No, for real. This was crazy, and I actually did see one that I dated for like 6 years, right? And I actually seen her remarried with a child, and it was just like
it hurt.
I ain't gonna lie, seeing her with the dude that she was with, it was like you could do better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like
that better is me.
Did it hurt solo? I should be that one.
Yeah and no. I say yeah. I'm gonna tell you why I say yeah and no. Because sometimes you gotta realize, like, you get in a relationship, and this is the funny thing. You may have family members that'll tell you like that was the one, or she was the one, and you let it go. Like a dummy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Yeah. Like, a lot of my family members loved her. So you ain't gonna never live that down when they be like, how's Wissy doing? You seen her lately? Yeah, I saw her on Facebook with that new sucker. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, let's just keep it 100. Like, everybody that we meet ain't gonna always be the bad ones. There's gonna be some good ones that come in your life and you be like, dag, like, I made a mistake. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I made a mistake.
But then it's not that they're a bad person, just you're not compatible. It's not that anybody do anything wrong. It's just sometimes you're just not compatible.
Or you too young, or you young and people get involved. Some people get involved in relationships too early, like your parents or your family, like, you know what I mean? Y'all need to wait, do this and do that. Yeah. And then they may break. I mean, I'm being real with you. Like, I think that's what happened with me and homegirl. Now, this is what was crazy. I ended up seeing her in 2012 at this like program, this music program. And I actually got like struck. I got stuck. But she wasn't with homie yet. And he was actually there. Like, she was about to date this dude, right? So it's kind of funny you say that. You know why? Because we actually ended up going on a date, right? We went on a date. But I realized we had outgrown each other. Like, we was two different people now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
What happened?
The track music says Solo was the reason why Carl Thomas' song went platinum. I wish I never met her.
It was love at first sight.
We was just listening to that song.
We sure was.
We was listening to that song before we pulled up track. You are hilarious. And I'm like, wow, out of all the songs. And that's my favorite song too. But I mean, you begin to realize, and this is the crazy thing. Like, when I went on that date with her, she told me about homie. She was like, he kind of liked me, but I don't know. I was like, no, give him a chance. You know what I mean? He may be the one. And look at him. He you know what I'm saying? They married now with kids. But what's crazy is that I think I had to go on that date just to see if
something was still there.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
I'm about to say something, and we're gonna piggyback because our next topic, you just said you had to go on a date. Mm-hmm. You had to go on a date.
I had to.
All right. Now, to piggyback, ladies and gentlemen, to piggyback on our next topic, I'm gonna keep that energy. Mm-hmm. Keep that right there. Yeah. I want B to go into the next topic real quick, because we're going to go right to you, Solo, so don't go nowhere.
All right,
go ahead, B, with the
next topic. IG fam, TikTok. So the next article comes from Stacy N. Herrera. She's a Newsbreak contributor, and this is woman ends date because she was tired of fake laughing. I think he thought he was witty, she said, but he just came across as a tryhard. What could have been a love connection quickly turned into an awkward encounter when my friend, we'll call her Sarah, ended the date early because she was tired of fake laughing. I was exhausted from all that pretending, she said. I just wanted to get out of Dodge. It wasn't that the date was necessarily bad. It started pretty well. They met at a coffee shop. Sarah was waiting for a latte when this guy struck up a conversation. I didn't see you come in, he said. I would have offered to buy you a coffee. She laughed and said, "That's okay. It's the thought that counts." He was charming and good looking. They talked for a few minutes, and then he asked if she wanted to go for a walk. She said yes. They walked around the block and talked some more. He told her about his job, and she told him about hers. They had similar tastes in music and movies. But as they continued to walk and chat, she realized he was trying too hard to appear intelligent and funny. He would make jokes that weren't particularly amusing and then laugh uproariously. Or he would say something that he thought was clever, but she didn't quite get it. She began to feel uncomfortable and wished she hadn't agreed to go for a walk, but she didn't want to be rude, so she kept smiling and laughing, even though she felt like she was forcing it. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore. She said she was tired and wanted to go home. He looked disappointed, but he said he understood. "I had a nice time," he said. "I'll call you." Unfortunate for her, they'd already exchanged phone numbers, so she offered a generic, non-committal response and then quickly said goodbye. Sarah was relieved to be out of the situation and a little sad. She'd been hoping for a spark, but it just wasn't there. "I'm not sure if he was nervous or what," she said, "but it was just uncomfortable." In the end, she managed to sideline the train wreck of an impromptu date by cutting out. "I don't have patience for phoniness," she said. "Life's too short to fake it. When it comes to dating, we've all been there, pretending to laugh at a terrible joke, acting interested in something we couldn't care less about, or worse, but sometimes enough is enough. I'll admit it. I was a little surprised when she told me the story, not because I don't believe her. I know she's an honest person, but because I've never considered fake laughing a deal breaker. In fact, I've probably done it myself on more than one occasion. But this wasn't Sarah's first rodeo. She's been on her fair share of dates and knows what she wants, and apparently fake laughing is not on the menu."
So basically, faking it till you make it.
I guess.
So, Solo.
Okay.
With that being that, so what went down on this date that you went on? That did you feel like you was faking, or was it felt like what happened? Because you said you found out she wasn't on your level of growth. So what did you have? Did you feel like you had to fake it?
No, what was crazy was that, okay, so I felt like I didn't know her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew the young her. I knew when we was like 17, 18. I'm meeting her now. We in our 30s, early 30s. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like she done went through some things. Like she was like her mannerisms, everything about her was like a totally different person. So what I fell in love with as a kid wasn't the same person that I knew as an adult. So it was kind of crazy. So it was like, I felt like I was like, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like I had this image of her in my head for so many years, because people was like, she was the one for you, let her go. So I think I had a mirage image of who she was supposed to be. And then when I met her and started talking, I realized she went through a lot of pain. She went through a lot of suffering. And I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't know if I can deal with that.
Okay.
I didn't know if I could.
I mean, I was looking at the music. It said it couldn't hear the music on it.
Go ahead. But yeah, other than that though, to answer your question, was I faking it? I really wanted to. I didn't know if I wanted to start over again. I think I got to that age where I was like, I don't even know if I want to start over again to get to know you. You know what I mean? Like
I understand.
Like I was like, it was too much to deal with already knowing that. You know what I mean? So I was like, do I really want to know? And I'm gonna be real with you. That's where I felt like maybe I did let her go. Maybe I let her go to the person that she was supposed to be with. You know what I mean? And I think the door opened for me to see if there was anything there. And I think this may sound crazy, but I think God allowed me to see, like, I wanted you to see if this is what you really wanted. But then now you realizing this ain't what you really want. Yeah. So
and that happens too, man. Like in those relationships, and the letting somebody go, or thinking that you letting somebody go, or you yourself going, right, tying in that what if, and you go explore and experience, and then you find out if the grass is greener on the other side, or if that person is really who you want to be with. So that happened in my situation. You know what I'm saying?
Your grass is brown on the other side.
No,
because you got to leave.
Because Larry over there thinking that I'm capping on this story over here. So that, like, you know, me and before she became wifey, we was dating, living together, and we hit a roadblock, right? It was never really us together. It was everything else that came into the relationship, right? So we had that moment where we split. She went on a date with somebody else, and she found out that that's not what she wanted. Fast forward, You know what I'm saying? We here. You know what I'm saying? So,
I feel that was like a brag. You know, that
I'm
was
just-
a
no,
brag.
I'm
That was
saying
like, yeah, she
because-
went on another date, right? She feel like he ain't matched up to me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't me. He wasn't me. So she had to come back to daddy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to paint it so that way it's not like y'all don't think that it's all roses over. You know what I'm saying? Like there was some stuff in between. You know.
But see, even with that story, I kind of disagree with her saying fake laugh, and I get it. You know, everybody puts on first date. Come on now. I mean, you're gonna put on a little bit, so everybody do. So he might be nervous, or she might be nervous. You never know. But I wouldn't say, okay, I'm about to just cut it. You know, this is it for, because they can't. I guess because they can't hold a conversation, or they feel awkward. But that don't mean like you just dead them just because. Like these are the they ain't have you laughing or something like, or you had the fake laugh. So what? I mean, that could be your Prince Charming or your wife or whatever it may be that you just gonna just say, okay, he couldn't hold conversation, so I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But anyway, what you got, B?